right, good evening and welcome. I want to welcome all the parents, players, cheerleaders, especially our invited guests over at the front table, starting with the athletic director from Mystic Valley, Mr. Jonathan Currier, the athletic director from Everett High School, Ms. Tammy Turner, principal of Everett High School, an all right guy, Mr. Eric Norman. He's an all right guy. We also have invited school committee members, Mr. Marconi Almeida Barros, Mr. Alan Panarisi, thank you for coming, and the assistant superintendent of schools, Mr. Charles Obremski, also at the front table. The interim superintendent of schools, Ms. Janice Gauthier, is currently on her way. She's en route. She'll be here to join us as well. And I'd like to thank all the school committee members that are here. And I'd like to thank the school committee along with the administration, assistant superintendent, interim superintendent, and the principal, Mr. Eric Norman, and Tammy Turner, the athletic director, for making this year a great year for the hockey team. This is our first year with being a co-op with Mystic Valley Regional, and I think from day one, I think it was a great partnership from the JV team with a lot of our middle school players, along with the varsity team. It seemed to be just an easy transition. It didn't seem, right after that first dinner, there was no division at all. It was just one team, or two teams, the JV team and the varsity team. And that's a credit to all the students that were involved and all the parents that came together to help make this work. So I'd like to just have everyone give themselves a round of applause for having such a great thing come together this year. Just also wanted to mention through Mr. Jonathan Currier from Mystic Valley and Rick Vayu, who did a lot of work on Mystic Valley's end to make that happen. And we appreciate their efforts, so thank you very much. So we had, right on time, Snooky, and a boy. We had, while we didn't have winning seasons with the JV and varsity, I would say they were both successful years just from us coming together and the experiences that were had on both teams. I'm sure there were plenty of great experiences with Coach Craig and JL and Coach G down on the JV, especially with Coach JL for those Mystic Valley players that never got to meet JL. I think that's something that every hockey player in their life should have the chance to do, is meet Mr. John LaCourcia. I think he makes, he's part of what makes Crimson Tide hockey great. So I'm going to ask the seniors to come up to give me a hand. I'd like to recognize a lot of the parents who provided dinners this year. We were able to eat great dinners, pre-game dinners on Friday nights. So if the seniors can come up and help me hand out those gifts, along with our Booster Club parents. They also told me that there's a different name they go by, but I'm not going to use that at the banquet. So first, and for the parents, we know we don't want to, you do a lot every day, so we're going to have the gifts kind of brought over to you. Just a small token, whether it's a gift card or some flowers, just from the team and the Booster Club to say thanks. So to start, we'd just like to thank and give gifts to the parents who provided dinners this year for the players. Norma Delory. Oh, Julie, you can take that home. Maria Bonanno. It's all right, the seniors will figure it out. There's only names on there. Well, maybe I have too much confidence in them. Chris Snook. Kim Curry, Kristen Barros, Tina Snook, and I'd also like to thank Mary Gorham for the help she's been with as a liaison to the Mystic Valley parents. So we're going to have the seniors, as soon as they can get that act together, to bring those gifts over to them. Mr. Norman, I don't need a mic. Is that what you're saying? What we still have. So the seniors kind of figured it out, and I didn't mention them. We also sent gifts to the parents that were involved with the Booster Club this year. That was Kathy Connors, Nicole Fritz, Heather Delory, were the Booster Club parents that were helped out a lot, a great deal this year, from everything from the check-a-puck to organizing and getting stuff like desserts up to the family and team dinners, along with the Christmas party. And I just wanted to mention, we had 3 other coaches on the staff, but there's always someone that helps to drive everything that goes on with the hockey team and everything that makes the experience great for all the players and cheerleaders on the hockey team. And without this person, I don't think this year would be as much of a success as it was, and that's Mrs. Linda Sire. Now I'd like to call up the hockey cheerleading coaches, Val Ward and Holly Garcia, to present the cheerleaders with their gifts and the senior awards.
I need a mic. I'm very soft-spoken Good evening, everyone. I want to say thank you to the invited guests, the parents who put this on, the hockey players, and of course, my girls. Our season started in December, and I couldn't be happier with how much you have all grown as young ladies and also as cheerleaders. Seniors, it's been a long 4 years. Some of you I knew at the Maddie as 8th graders, and I'm going to miss you all very much. Good luck in college. Come back and visit me, and I promised I wouldn't cry, so I'm not going to cry. And to all the underclassmen, I'd better see you all next year. All right? All right, so I'm going to call you up by your years for your sweatshirts. So first is our freshman, Lily. Is she not here? No? Okay. Next, sophomores. We have Alexa, Kira, Raquel, Izzy, and that's it for sophomores. Yeah. Next is our junior cheerleaders. We have Miss Yeba, Alexia, and Alyssa, and Hazel. Yeah. And last but certainly not least is our seniors. Alicia, one of our captains. Kelsey, our 2-year captain. Olivia, Natalia, and Callie. Yeah, I'm just going to do our awards and I'll talented, spirited, improved cheerleaders for this year. Our first one is our Most Spirited Award. I don't think I ever saw this girl not smiling when she walked into practice. She was like that at the Maddie too, when I taught her. And this goes to Raquel De Silva. Our next award is our Leadership Award, and this goes to a 4-year cheerleader. She was also one of our captains. She was always on the ball and did things when I asked her to. She was organized, and this goes to Alicia Belucia. Our next award is our Most Improved Cheerleader. She came to our team not really knowing how to do her motions, but she worked really hard. I could tell that she practiced at home, and this goes to Kira Farrell. Our next one is Most Valuable Cheerleader, and this goes to our 2-year captain, who has been an asset to the team since she was a little freshman, and I'm so excited to see what she does when she becomes a nurse after graduating from Salem State College. Kelsey Payne. Sorry, did I? And tonight we have one more special award. This goes to another senior who could always be caught doing the right thing at the right moment. She made me laugh every practice. She made Holly laugh every practice. And despite having an injury that has lasted about 4 years, she still managed to come to every game and every practice when she couldn't move her elbow after surgery. So Callie, thank you. And now cheerleaders, I need you for a picture over there. Cheerleaders.
Like right now?
Please. Yeah, like now.
Okay, I just wanted to recognize, we had 2 other people that all year long kind of helped us out. Kind of gave us the home ice advantage with the clock. Every game helped us yell at the refs. They yelled from inside the box, and a lot of glass that insulated them, so we're lucky we didn't get a Mario penalty. The O'Donnell sisters. Melissa's here right now. She's going to come up and grab these gifts for both her and her sister. Okay, we're going to move on and start. We're going to recognize the JV team. And before I do, I just also want to recognize a man who needs really no introduction, who's been involved in hockey in Everett for over 40 years. He decided to retire last year, but I didn't let him retire for long, and I kept pulling him back in, and I appreciate everything he does every year, and he doesn't say no. One of the coaches of the JV team with the varsity, Mr. John LaCourcia.
Thank you, Alex. Alex got me back involved
I was out for about 10 years, moving around doing nothing, and he got me back involved 5, 6 years ago. So I really enjoy it. But I'm gonna let everybody know, I'm not gonna retire this year. So we did it, we had a JV team, but most of them were 7th, 8th graders, and they did the best they could. They did we went up against JV teams. We went up against freshmen, sophomores, it was very difficult. But they came to practice, showed up for the game, got on the bus. I think it was a good experience. Next year I think it'll be a little different. Hopefully we're working on a middle school team so they can jump right in and be in a league. Okay? So I'm going to just read off the players that were involved, showed up, gave 100%. Everybody they went against was 5, 6 feet tall. We got these little guys, they went out and played every game. So we didn't win many games this year. We built character, okay? So we got a lot of character in the 7th, 8th program. First one we want to call up is, okay, Jake Simpson. Is he here? Jonathan Brandano. I don't know who's this. Danny Marisano. Matthew Cochran. Ryan Kavanaugh. Holly Hickey. Molly. I'm sorry, Molly. All year long, I got the wrong name. Molly tonight.
That's all right, that's my fault. Mrs. Sy wrote the names down, and she asked me, do you think JL is going to be able to read this? And I said he would, so it's my fault for messing up the communication there. Keep going, JL.
We did it. Okay. Liam Thompson. The gold DJ. Hold him up. Just hold him up. Michael Skovanoff. There's Michael's here. Liam Nee. I didn't see him. Isn't he here? David Sire. Lucas DeGea. Is that Ryan?
Raya.
Is that the girl?
No.
Raya?
Raya Tenazan.
Raya Tinazan. Rhea. Sorry. That's good stuff.
Want me to take over, Jay?
Calvin, go ahead. I can't get that one.
Yeah, we move over here. This is going to be tough for both of us. This is Kevin Piasad Kanagaraju. Is that not bad? I think I did that right on that one.
Yeah, you did all right? Nina Fabrizio. Good size. Bridget McAvoy. Cameron Cotto. Is he here? Thank you. So we're gonna
move along after the JV gifts. And before we do and get to the varsity players and handing out those gifts and those awards, I'd like to introduce someone who has really been my teacher my entire life. Someone, not you, Mash, you can sit down, buddy. She was my 7th grade English teacher. She was my 9th grade English teacher. She was my senior year English teacher. And she now, every day, I am still taught by her on what I should be doing. It's the interim superintendent of schools in Everett, Mrs. Janice Gauthier.
Oh no, stay up here. Isn't this a riot? I'm really not that old. And you still owe me wordless 25. And your literature homework. And your grammar homework.
I'm going to get to it.
I just wanted to say a few words, mostly asked to be here just to connect a face with who I am. Some of you know me, some of you don't. I've been in the district a real long time, and that's all I'm going to say about that. But I hope everybody has a great evening. I understand this is a new joint venture between the charter school and the Everett Public Schools, so I'm really proud of that. I'm proud of my boy here for getting everybody together, so let's honor him. Thank you. And thank you, team, for working so hard this season. You're going nowhere but up next year. I'm right behind you.
Thank you, Mrs. Gauthier. She's not lying. I think I still do owe her homework from senior year, but she let me graduate anyways. No, straight hockey, just hockey. So I'm going to ask the coaches to kind of give me a hand here, and we're going to go through giving out the awards along with, there's a senior gift for the senior players. There should be an order right there by number. We're going to go by number from left to right. And then numbers are on the sleeve there. We got some nice warm-up sweatshirts for the varsity team. And I just like to say, as we go through it, I just say a few words about each player. I'm still going to run it through. I know some of you here are really antsy to get to see that maybe at least the first or second period of the Bruins game tonight. So, so we're going to go in order by number. And this senior player, I can't say anything else, but he worked hard all year. Even when I was kind of hot on him at practice, Mr. Brian Gianelli.
Brian, start standing up over there because everyone's going to go over there. Yeah, just hang on over there.
Next young man is probably quite easily the most improved player I've seen starting. I think he just started. Was it just this year? In such a short time, I think he was sniping crossbars by the last game. Taj Richardson. Number 4, can't really say much more. Most people just say number 4, Bobby Orr. We're not going to give him that big of a head just yet. It's a great player for us this year, Mr. Brendan Curry. There are a few people on the team that I'm personally, in between now and the end of next season. If you're leaving now, it's probably going to happen after the banquet that I'm going to give a haircut to. The first one is number 5, Mr. Brian Delory. Number 6, our first Mystic Valley person mentioned tonight. He was asked to play defense this year, and he took to that responsibility and was definitely one of our top defensemen throughout the year, Seamus Royds. Number 7, one of our senior captains. I could say a lot about Dom, but I won't. Dom Sire. Number 8, the Ocho, bar down, Max Brown. Number 9, some might say I'm partial to calling her one of our best defensemen because of, my history of coaching the girls team, but was definitely someone that I recognize as one of the best defensemen that I've seen play, Kaylee Snook. Number 10, Skills Gil Barros. Number 11, 8 Mile, Lucas Mines. The next young man seemed to get a lot of my, he helped me get a lot of my anger out because usually it was focused on him, but he stayed and stuck with it, and he was a great contributor to the team. Number 12, Mr. Matt Barrett. There's definitely someone else who's getting the buzzes pretty soon. Next young man, I went down to the Madeline English last year and recruited him while he was sitting in class to make sure he would come out and play for the team, Dante Mazzucci. Number 14, I had him at the Cavarian School as his principal, actually as his assistant principal, and I didn't know that he played hockey until I started up the first day of tryouts. And he was also another great addition, someone who's improved incredibly, Kevin Fritz. Number 16, someone who's led all year as a captain, and someone, whether he was quiet or whether he was in the locker room, kind of quietly leading the way, leading by example, was a great leader in the locker room. I had the great opportunity to coach him and his brother. Number 16, Captain Jason Super. Number 17, another senior captain. Another person that is going to get a haircut. Maybe he's not. He was someone I worked with last year, and as someone who's matured a great deal and was definitely the heart and soul of the defensive core. He was a great player for us this year and in years past, Mr. Nick Snook. Number 18. He's got a number of different nicknames. He's someone who just started playing hockey this year. I think we had another nickname for him on the ice after senior night when he was lighting everybody up as soon as he hit the ice. I think we dubbed him the Kraken because we unleashed him. Senior night, Julius Delory. Number 19, well, he's not here tonight, but another Mystic Valley player who played great for us when we asked him to play defense and do whatever the team asked him, Griffin McAvoy. Just a round of applause. We'll see him here tonight. Number 21, someone who's been with the team the past couple of years, another newcomer to just skating and playing hockey, but someone who's also improved quite a bit. And he was such a huge part of the team. You wouldn't know it talking to him. You wouldn't know it seeing him in the locker room because he was such quiet and well reserved, but definitely a linchpin part of the team, Mr. Antonio Bonanno. Number 23. Oh, terrible, devastating injury at the beginning of the year. Another Mystic Valley guy. And I know he would have been a huge contributor if he was not so incapacitated from the beginning of the year. Mateus Diaz. Number 24. Another young man that was a forward playing hockey. We asked him to go back on D, and we kind of flip-flopped him the entire year. I think we settled with him as a defenseman. Very physical young man. We're going to have to work on his penalty taking next year. Mr. Aaron Hickey. I'd like to also mention another member who's not here. He played as the JV goalie and as the second goalie on the varsity team, Mr. Jonathan Noguera. And number 30. It's good to see you have those glasses on, DJ. Our goalie, our great backstop, someone who was definitely a leader on the team, DJ Stolberg. So we're just going to wait for them to take that varsity picture, and we're going to get to the trophies, the awards, and I'm going to ask Mr. LaCourcia and Mr. Richards to help me out with that just as soon as the varsity is done with that picture. Okay. Thank you for being so patient. Again, I was trying to stay true. I know most people are watching the Bruins game on their phone, trying to keep the score. What's the score? Oh, nice. Wait, us? Okay, good. All right. We're going to go through and present some of the awards. And there's awards of different types, and they all have their own merit. And those players who are awarded, whether it's the trophy or some of the figurines back there, well deserving of each one. And it's something we've been doing since I started coaching with the girls team back in, I think it was 2002. Kept it with the boys team, and like to see these trophies be carried on. We'll start first with the JV Player of the Year. Number 4, David Sire. By the way, Brendan, I think he's coming for your number, so I don't know if you guys are going to have to fight for that.
Okay. Just gonna go up. I'm gonna take pictures afterwards. So we'll do that afterwards.
David, congratulations.
No, you go over there. Yeah.
The next one is the Coaches Award. And the Coaches Award is an award we give out to someone who definitely does everything the coaches ask them, and as an example for the rest of his team. And we need some of those shining examples on the varsity team. We needed that senior leadership. And this year's Coaches Award goes to Brian Gianelli. Next award, these were given out a lot at Everett Youth Hockey Banquets way back in the day when it was just Everett Youth Hockey. and not Everett Revere or Everett Revere, East Boston Malden. And it was, it was, I think my brother may have won one of these. I think it was kind of like the Polcari Award, the Playmaker Award, and it goes to someone who makes everyone on the ice around them that much better. And that wasn't my brother, Mr. Frick says. Then it must have been rigged that he got the award. This is someone who made a number of different plays at forward and at defense and definitely showcased a lot of skill from both positions. And it's rare that you have someone do that, especially when we move so many people around to different positions this year. And it's definitely a great award based on the amount of teamwork it involves in making other people around them better. The Playmaker Award this year goes to Mr. Jason Super.
Craig, he's going to shake the hands. Congratulations.
Next award is the Defensive Player of the Year. And on this one, someone amazingly enough had an even number of goals and assists, and was one of our leading scorers from the point. And I think if he played another year, we'd allow him to keep that here just because of the production he had and what he did for us. And he actually, it's funny because we reined him in from, there were points where we had to rein him in from just rushing the puck and rushing the puck and rushing the puck. And he took to that and played defense for us, and he played pretty well. And then there were points where we just told him, all right, now it's your time, Snooki. The Defensive Player of the Year is Mr. Nick Snook.
He's been here as long as I have.
The Offensive Player of the Year Award. It's funny because we do MVP Award, which is the last award we give out. But the Offensive Player of the Year Award is someone who's right there with our MVP and contributed to the team this year right from the get-go, right from day one when he was, I think, everyone's connection on the at the introductions. I think everyone mentioned his name when we told the players at the meet and greet to tell us something about one Mystic Valley player that you knew something about, and I don't know if they're good or bad reasons that they all mentioned his name, but the Offensive Player of the Year this year with 11 goals and 14 assists for 25 points is Max Bardown Brown. So this is the next award is the Unsung Hero Award. In fact, it was named for players that received the award when I first started giving it out with the girls team, and when I coached the boys team the first time. The Unsung Hero Award, I usually just give it out to one person who's deserving. This year, it seemed fitting to give it to two individuals. And I'm going to ask Melissa O'Donnell to come up to help present these awards. The Unsung Hero Award, named after Ed O'Donnell. I think Melissa was more of my offensive scorer when she played for me, and her sister, who the award's named after, I think Melissa won the Playmaker Award, the Offensive Player of the Year Award, and her sister Megan was the one who was the grinder and the one that I kind of identified with when she played for me. And her, along with Anthony Montanero, who used to coach and was around a little bit this year, both had the same style of play. They would always work hard. They would always throw their body at everything. And they helped the teams in ways that the score sheet definitely doesn't show. So the first winner of the Unsung Hero Award is an underclassman who could turn on offense at the flip of a switch, and we wish that switch was flipped more often. But his forechecking, he could be in the game, and I think what it says on the award, just want to read that. It says, the epitome of a 200-foot player. And I know you hear that a lot, but there were times when he would be that kind of, the old saying of forecheck, back check, paycheck. And he did that all the time with his speed. The first award winner of the Montenero O'Donnell Unsung Hero Award is Brian DeLore. So again, I found it fitting to kind of split the award because we now have a dual name on the award. And I saw a lot of different things from this young man, and usually I kind of make that last decision on this award. And from where I saw him last year, and for some people, you know, you may not see those changes as being huge and the contributions being as big as they were, seeing where he started from when I started coaching last year to now. But it's someone who eats, sleeps, dreams about hockey, even though maybe the effort could be nudged a little bit more time after time. And that's Dom Saya. And on the inscription it says immeasurable contributions. And the last award for tonight is our Brian R. Glinner. For those of you who know Brian R. Glinner, he was a hockey player at Everett High School. His number is hung up in the rink. The number 1, he was a goalie at Everett High School. He passed away shortly after his college years. He was an unbelievable player, an unbelievable goalie, a great person, and I'm sure a lot of you know his family, the Glinners. You know, Mark Glinner was one of my youth hockey coaches, and a great family, and there's not a better person for this Most Valuable Player Award to be named after. So the Brian R. Glinner Award each year goes to someone, the MVP, who contributes. A lot of it is shown up on the score sheet, but a lot of it is bringing along those other players with him. And this year, the Most Valuable Player Award, who had 18 goals and 15 assists for 33 points. Number 4, Brendan Curry. So again, we'd just like to thank all the parents, especially our Booster Club parents, the Mystic Valley parents who came along this year and jumped right in and made us a great team and a great place to play hockey for the Crimson Tide hockey team. I'd also like to thank Principal Eric Norman, although I don't like to thank him that much because, you know, I don't like him. Interim Superintendent Janice Gauthier, Mr. Panarisi, who's always been a hockey fan, even went back when I was coaching the girls, showed up at every banquet, and everyone involved at Mystic Valley that helped our team be such a great place to play this year. So you guys, I'm sure you can stick around and talk a little if you like, but that's our banquet, and we hope to see you guys again next year.
Am I so wrong for staying up late going out with my friends? much and saying I won't, but then do it again. When you take my hand, I realize I can be who I am. Cause I'll be alright as long as I'm leaving with you. I came with the hard times, but you brought the good times. You made my life brighter, brighter. I found my way. You're only gonna love me. You're never gonna judge me. Now I'm climbing higher, higher. Every day I'm keeping my head up. I'm keeping my head up, head up. I'm keeping my head up, head up. Yeah, I owe it to you for making me stronger, for keeping my head up. You're keeping my head up. Have I said I would quit? But every night you light me up like my last cigarette. With you by my side, I don't really care what the neighbors might think. Cause I'll be alright as long as I'm living with you. I came with the hard times, but you brought the good times. You made my life brighter, brighter. I found my way. You're only gonna love me. You're never gonna judge me. Now I'm climbing higher, higher every day. I'm keeping my head up, head up. I'm keeping my head up, head up. I'm keeping my head up, head up.